All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Transformers issue number 16 by Daniel Warren Johnson, George Corona, who is becoming one of my favorites modern artists, Sarah Stern. I don't know what they're doing with Image Skybound, but they knock it out of the park every week or every month. This is so good. I mean, there's a reason why this series is doing so well, right? I mean, I don't know why other companies, like DC and Marvel. I mean, DC is now basically doing better than Marvel nowadays. So I mean, their Batman run, especially the new ones, are great. I might pick that up just for curiosity's sake. And I swore never to touch another comic again because I was so fed up with it, And so yeah, I hope the tide is turning, that we going back to great storytelling and basically giving people what they want and not all that crap that we've been bombarded with the last couple of years that nobody wants. We don't want to talk about genders and skin color and all that crap. We want to have cool stories. We want to action. We have great arts, great coloring. We are simple creatures, man. It's not that hard, and Transformers is basically doing that. There's a lot of robots doing robot stuff. The humans are more on the background, in this particular storyline. And like I said, just cool robots battling cool robots. Anyway, so this is on Cybertron. We have, I forgot the name. Anyway, Blue Streak and Cliff Jumper. This is not RC, this is the other one. Elita, sorry. And it seems that the Decepticons destroyed this thing and he wants to look at it because he lost a lot of friends. And so basically some kind of a graveyard. And he has a spark canister. It's not enough to resurrect them, but he says maybe it's enough to make something new. Wait a minute. That's interesting. What do you mean something new? Something new as in a complete new robot? Like a new Autobot? That's interesting. Anyway, so and then we go to Earth, and in the last issue, it's Bruticus, and now fighting Constructicons. It's Decepticon versus Decepticon. Isn't this freaking awesome? Look how huge they are. And this is exactly what we want, right? We want to have metal on metal action. Meanwhile, we have Soundwave going against our old friend Starscream, right? Who is now fused to a Mars tank. I thought this may be a his tank, but it's from Mars, from Destro. And he says, "How do you still function? As a sniveling fool, you cannot kill was unkillable." He's still so smug. Anyway, so he shoves him, and then. Well, it's not. Yeah, well, he drives a little bit back, and then Soundwave is getting hit by Astro Train. Like I said, it's so cool, and it's also very fast paced because Starscream is now, it's not really bombarded, being shot at by. I thought it was Laserbeak, but it's not. It's Thundercracker. Sorry, I cannot tell these guys apart. He says. I says, "Why are you doing this?" He says, "You were there. You left me to this evil usurping plan, to his, He says, "You left us no choice. You were unhinged. You think Soundwave is any different than me? It was both of us that tore your precious Skywarp to pieces. All for his useful metals." He says, "Well, no, you lie." Right? He said, and he calls him naive. He said, "The universe is only for the strong." And punches him. Right? But before he can finish the job, he has this, remote control device that these guys from Mars installed into his chassis, right? And I believe this is also, if I'm seeing this correctly, maybe some kind of a button to detonate, but he probably cannot do it. He says, "Give it back, Thundercracker." And he uses the joystick to drive him over the edge, I guess, of this cliff. And this is on, near a dam, right? And said, "Only cowards switch both so easily." But Astro Train says, "It doesn't matter to me. He says, I will go with who let me kill the one who ended my love. Now, I'm not sure what that means because I do not know the lore of Astro Train, that he has a partner, or something dear to him. Probably missed that particular storyline somewhere. I mean, maybe it's on the IDW series. I do not know. I only read this Image series from, issue number 1. So I do not know. Anyway, so he says, Thundercracker, quickly, help me with these brutes. But then he just flies away. He says, what are you doing? Come back. Meanwhile, Optimus has enough, and he wants to interfere, right? Because they are, the humans are in the entire area will be devastated when this dam will be cracked. But he is also fused with the, got the arm of Megatron, right? So I'm not sure if there is, but he got all these flashbacks, right? And it's not really clear where it's come from. I have an idea, but I'm not entirely sure. So I'm leaving that here. But every time he's got a flashback of what something happened here in the past, he goes completely crazy. He says, Optimus, don't, the dam is right behind him, don't shoot. That's exactly what he's doing. So he cracks the dam, and again, looks great, but the only criticism that I have is the colors. I mean, why are you making the water the same-ish color than the concrete dam wall? And, it's all this pinkish, brownish, grayish colors. Why not make it blue? Like here, then it will pop better. So we have also, wait a minute. Was that here somewhere? We have two boys. See, watching the whole thing. So the dam breaks, right? And they are bicycling for their lives. But and then another strange robot comes and erects some kind of a dome / force field. And it's Trailbreaker. I have never heard of that guy. Like I said, probably hardcore Transformers fans know exactly who this being is. I do not. And like me in the comments below and subscribe to my YouTube channel. We make comics every day. Well, videos mostly every day. Anyway, so he's been built, created, to help the Decepticons out, resurrected, if you will. Well, these Combaticons and it's do I say that correctly? Wait a minute. Bruticus and Constructicons and Bruticus. Okay, yeah. All right. And he said, what's going on? He says, chaos, says Optimus. Oh, man, pork. Meanwhile, on Cybertron, our party returns, meeting up with Warpath, right? So Cliffjumper says, hey, I'm going to take this thing to the Well of Sparks. I said, are you crazy? He says, going that deep into Decepticon territory is a death sentence. But Warpath says, technically speaking, Alita, at this point, everywhere is Decepticon territory. And he's right. We need reinforcements. Would a new warrior all help you? Now, that is interesting. Now, so basically, they decide to go anyway. And so we have, what's his name? Blue Streak? Yeah, I got it in one go. Says, hey, maybe we could get it under control, and it would also rally the other Autobot factions on Cybertron because they are being discarded, right? So they do not even know if they're still alive, etc. So that gives it a boost in confidence and rallying the troops and all that. Now I like the creation of a new robot, new Autobot. The last thing that I remember, and it's been a long time, again, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, I mean, I was excited that I believe a Decepticon turned Autobot was Jetfire. I believe he was also new created or something like that. That's the only thing that I remember. So it reminds me a little bit of that, although it's not probably a robot built from the ground, but this will be, maybe. Again, just a lot of guessing what I'm doing. Anyway, so we have Spike and Carly and Beachcomber going to look for Ultra Magnus. This is a side story. It's not really important here, but probably in the future. And then, what's this? Is this the Thundercracker that just flew away? And it's been greeted by someone. So this robot grabs him, and we all know who this is, right? And then rips him open because he needs his electronic to see. And it's none other than, well, you know who. Looks great. He says, now guide me to my warriors. So, the return of Megatron. We're going to see him pretty soon. Pretty nice. And George art, I think it's slightly better than Warren Johnson because it's similar, but no, I think it's even better. But that's my personal opinion, right? Anyway, I think this is great stuff. Again. So, guys, let me know in the comments what you think about it. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Yeah, bye-bye.